Now, when it comes to practical empathy, easy. First thing, champion practical empathy across the organization. Um, uh, and it's important too here to remember that practical empathy is a practice, not a trait. It's something that organizations can encourage, promote, and champion. Next, seek feedback to better understand employees. A workplace that embraces a culture of practical empathy begins with understanding employee experiences, perspectives, and challenges. And then lastly, lead with action. Leaders at every level should take supportive action to help their employees grow and thrive.
Yeah, I think these are some great strategies, Daniel. And, I just wanted to add too, as you were kind of going through them, I was thinking, and sort of circling back, if you will, to a point that we sort of just mentioned in passing earlier. This question of, is practical empathy a trait, or is it something that, some people just naturally possess and maybe other people don't have, I guess, or think of empathy that way. But when we think about empathy as practical, I think that's a really powerful reframe, because I think it empowers, maybe people who feel like they don't know where to start with empathy, or they feel like they, can't give empathy because maybe it's too draining. I think thinking about empathy not as something that you have or you don't, or that is, just totally emotionally draining, instead of thinking of it that way, but rather thinking of it as something that's practical, as something that, you can, it's a practice that you can incorporate into just your daily interactions and routines. I think that that's a really empowering way to kind of implement and practice empathy without kind of getting bogged down in that worry of, am I doing empathy right? And, am I just not an empathetic person, or am I too empathetic? I think there's a lot of power in this reframe.